Today's topic of conversation, we're going to be in the Dariush guard right here. So I have the hand in the collar, hand in the sleeve, and foot on the bicep, and a daily Riva hook in. In many ways, this is a very, this is a hybrid of many different styles of guard, because I have the daily Riva hook, I have the foot on the bicep as opposed to the hip, and I'm not grabbing his ankle per traditional daily Riva guard. As an academy, we've done this type situation a lot. And we know that this foot on the bicep is critical for this style of guard. So when he moves his arm, go ahead and lightly try and move your arm. I have to follow it and try and keep it here. And what makes it easy to keep there is that when I pull, kind of engage the grips. Because here we're as loose as can be. Go ahead and resist, pull backwards, Derek. I'm going to be pulling tight. And the more I pull this way, the harder it is for to free his arm because there's tension in between my foot and his bicep. Okay? But if he frees himself, he's going to be looking to step over my leg most of the time. And as an academy, we've explored hipping out and putting the leg lasso in. Because the leg lasso stops him right in his tracks. It's the Gandalf, you shall not pass. But the thing about the leg lasso, sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to do things with the leg lasso. We've explored some sweeps. We've explored how to roll for an omoplata or re-guard. And we've explored arm drags from this position. But it's more defensive in nature. Which is why last week and the week before I advocated for this double foot on bicep thing. It's kind of like an almost hook, to where we can kind of extend and control his arm a little bit from here. This is kind of a little bit more offensive. But now, my name's not Dan, my name is Hafa or Guy, and we're going to go with the Mendes brothers' philosophy behind this. Okay? So, my official recommendation is to put the hook in when you guys compete. Because it's real nice, it stops him. But, we're not going to do that. We're going to go about it an entirely different way. The same problem of them freeing their foot on the bicep and stepping over my leg, but a different solution. So, right here, he goes to free himself and he steps over. Now what I'm going to do is immediately, as quick as I would the leg lasso, I'm going to grab his ankle. So I switch my grip. Now I'm going to put in the reverse daily Riva guard, like this. My foot goes on his lower butt cheek right here. Now, really quick as he's stepping over, I'm going to pull forward with this grip, and I'm going to pull forward with my reverse daily Riva by bringing my knees to my chest. And I'm going to get him to base in this direction. Watch how I do that. I get him to base and we circle slightly. Okay, let's undo this. Let's start over this angle here. So I'm right here, he stepped over my leg, I grabbed his ankle. And immediately before he kind of solidifies himself, I pull forward and lift with my reverse daily Riva hook. Look how this foot came really high like this. There's no daily Riva in here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the circular momentum to make space for myself and escape my leg from being stepped over. But you see here, I've used the previous position as a setup. Give me my grip back. As a setup for the daily Riva guard. This is a very classic daily Riva guard position. I'm grabbing his ankle, or actually I'm grabbing his calf, because I'm going to be looking to spin and stuff. And this is a little bit harder to strip, this grip, when he reaches underneath. It's also good for grabbing belt and gi. So, my foot is also on the hip from this position, because I have a different goal. So this whole exchange is very important, because not only will it teach you how to rescue a position, but it's almost kind of essential as part of how to play this style, because we have to move in order for me to spin and take his back and do things. So it's actually kind of easier when you do it from this, because there's lots of momentum in the position. So we're going to drill this right here. I'm in what we call the Dariush guard, standard kind of open guard situation with a daily Riva hook. He frees himself, go ahead and free yourself and step over. Immediately grab the ankle and I pull, okay? Get his hand on the mat. Now look, if you do this properly, let's go back to this angle over here, get a better view. If you do this properly, release here, you're actually going to kind of like put a lot of pressure on his knee. It's almost like a knee bar. Watch. When I pull up, there's a little bit of pressure. You feel that, Derek? Because I'm hyperextending to a little bit his knee. I'm not looking for a submission, but that's the kind of the proper way to do it there. Okay, so I lift, put a little pressure right on the kneecap with this leg, and now recover the position. Okay. And I'm in base. So you're going to do it as one continuous cycle. I don't want you switching every 2 or 3. I want you to do like 10 in a row. So you can, maybe even 20. Do 20. Okay, so you can kind of get a feel. And some moves that you learn, they're like real slow. It's hard to like drill and get like a sweat going. This is not one of them. There's lots of movement in this, so it's very good for warm-up purposes. Do you have any questions, philosophical or regarding the move itself?
So you use this to enter De La Riva guard?
Yeah, use it to enter De La Riva guard. Because here, my name is Mendes, not Dan.
Okay.
Here, they like to work from this position. This position right here, you know, but not the foot on the bicep. And looking for tomonage type sweeps, take them over the top. And using that reaction to do stuff. But this gets stepped over, much more realistic than when the foot is on the bicep. It's easier to step over because I'm not controlling your arm. So they use this as this is like the arm bar from closed guard from the De La Riva guard for their philosophy. Yeah. Got it? All right, let's go.